This is the world's smallest pond. Located in the middle of nowhere, it is home to some giant bass, and today we're going to see if we can catch them. Welcome you guys to the world's smallest pond. Right behind me is what I would consider to be the world's smallest pond. Based on the drone shots you guys are seeing, it is a fair assessment to say. You cannot say that is wrong. But about a year ago today, I uploaded a video right in this body of water where we ended up catching a bass that was that I would guess to be around 4 to 5 pounds. Now, I got the scale in the backpack today in case we do catch that monster, but today we're gonna be throwing the same exact bait, this mega bass popper, at them as we caught them on last year. Sometimes these bass can be super finicky where they'll only eat a certain thing, so hopefully today it's this popper. But as you guys can see, the no trespassing sign, I'm gonna try and keep my voice down to a minimum today. I really don't want anyone knowing I'm here because we're gonna go ahead, get started with the fishing, and hopefully catch ourselves a monster. All right, you guys, starting off with this little popper right here. And we are going to go right parallel to the bank. See if anything's over there. Got him. Got him. Fish on the popper. Come here. There we go, you guys. First guy is on the popper. I'm trying to stay very quiet. I don't want anyone to know that we are down here. But man, that was a sick little eat. And there he goes. That guy came right off the point, right there off this island with the clear no trespassing sign. So, hey, the popper works. We're gonna make a couple casts around. See if we can get any more with this guy, and then we'll switch it up. And again, I apologize for the quiet voice, but I really don't want anyone to know we are here. So I'm gonna try my best to, make it as loud as possible, but I want to stay pretty quiet. Look at these minnows. Minnows all over. Got him. Got him. He came up and slurped it. Fish number two. Fish number two, baby. These are some really solid fish. And there he goes. Oh, that's a huge bass right there. That one kind of came right out of that corner pocket. But you guys can really see how small this place is. Look, I turned barely, and there's right where we started. So I might do a couple more casts, and then I'm gonna switch it up with probably a jerkbait. Got him. Got him, guys. Here we go. Fish number three, honestly, our smallest of the day. See ya. We went ahead and switched back up to the popper. I threw that spinnerbait and a jerkbait for about 10-ish minutes. Didn't have a sniff. So I decided to put back on the good old popper, and we got our third fish of the day. We're gonna go ahead, try and get back in that little corner. Right back there is like the deepest part of the pond. I'd say it's probably about 5-ish foot. And that fish came right before we drug it across those little weed ledge. All right, you guys, here's a little update. I think we've caught 3 fish now, all on the popper. I went ahead and switched back. We caught nothing on the jerkbait and spinnerbait. I didn't really want to waste my time on it too much, but we fished half the pond now. Right up there is a little trail that kind of takes you to the other half of the pond, and we're gonna walk up there, see if we can make a couple casts. There are a ton of trees in the way though. That's kind of the only problem that we're gonna run into, is that I really don't have enough room, because you guys can see it is literally all trees right around us. So there's not the best casting room, but we're gonna go ahead and try and make it work. See if we can land a couple more fish. I'm pretty happy with how today is going. Obviously not the giant that we're after yet, but there are a ton of mosquitoes. You guys can see they're flying all over. So hopefully the mosquitoes go away. It did just rain, obviously, so they're out, but Jesus. We're gonna go ahead and make a couple more casts on that side, and then try and hit where we started, and then call it a day. Got him. Fish 4. Fish number 4, guys. Another little dink. Smashing this popper. That one was in the same exact spot as that last fella. Pop him off. See ya. Now, with the couple times I have fished this pond, the edges of the pond and kind of right around the island seem to have the most fish. Obviously, kind of like any normal pond, you're gonna find a lot of activity near banks and of course like down structure, and that island is the only structure in the pond. I mean, it is only like 80 yards across, so you could literally cast with a good bait caster and a heavy lure like a spook or something. You could probably cast from one side completely to the other. So even though we're throwing a popper, I'm still gonna try and work it around the banks because I'm not really sure if these bass in here are spawning. I haven't really seen too many nests, but then again, I can't see all the way out, you know, past the island. The water is a little dirty, but I mean, you can see, you got a little bit of visibility, but like right over here is like a little beach area. I can't really see what the bass are up to on there. All I can see is obviously the beach area, but no beds. So, you know, that could be a promising sign. Sometimes when they are on beds, it is a little bit easier to catch them though. I did see a big bass swimming around. I'm not sure if it was that giant we caught last year or not, but all I know is he has not bit our line yet. Got him. This feels like a nice fish, guys. Feels like a little bit of a nicer one. It definitely is. This fish definitely is. Come here. That's what I'm freaking talking about. Choking the popper. See if we can pop him off. Probably like 1.5 pounds, maybe to 2 pounds, but see you, guy. That one we made a very long cast, almost to the other side, and he hammered that one. We'll probably give this place another 10-ish minutes and then call it quits. This is our 3rd time around the pond, and honestly, it's so small you can only fish each spot so many times, but that fish must have seen it and said, hey, I gotta have that. We are on the bike, but that is going to be it for today, you guys. Honestly, that went better than I thought. I'm sad we didn't catch that giant like we did last time, but honestly, I feel like that's kind of like a once-in-a-lifetime catch, especially in a pond that small. Maybe one day we'll run into him again, but I think we caught 5 fish, ended up being our number. So 5 fish in a pond that small / pressured, I'll take any day of the week. With that being said, the popper was the workhorse for us again, per usual. It's either the popper or the jerkbait, baby. It's one of those 2 lures for us. But like I said, right here, the popper ended up being the workhorse for us today. It caught all 5 of our fish. The other baits really didn't get sniffed. You know, that spinner bait, not a chance. The jerkbait, I honestly would have thought is the bait that we were gonna catch the giant on, but that was not the case. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will try and make one of these again. I really don't want to fish this pond a lot, but I think maybe towards the middle or end of summer, we'll come back with some live bait and maybe a bobber or something. I don't know, we'll have to see, but we'll definitely throw some live bait and see if we can catch that giant. But thank you guys all for tuning in. I appreciate it so much, and I'll catch you guys next time.